Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Today we're working on this little Bilt weed eater, or string trimmer if you prefer. Now I get these all the time. You can see the primer bulb's cracked, and what I always hear is it only needs a primer bulb, which is just about never true. They always need more than that. So if yours needs quote unquote needs a primer bulb, you're probably going to want to rebuild or replace the carburetor. Now replacing it is a ton easier than rebuilding it. And if you don't have any practice and don't have the right tools, I'd go ahead and just spend the 12, 15 bucks and buy an aftermarket carb. So we'll check it for gas. Okay, lines look pretty okay. They're a little bit stiff though. So we're going to pull some new lines for it. Well, that one doesn't look real okay, does it? Let's see if this one will break easy. No, that one doesn't break. It did break. No, it unplugged. Okay, so let's put this off to the side and throw some new fuel lines on it. First I'm going to do is push that through, get that out of our way, and cut you off and pull you out. There we go. Now doing fuel lines on these is easy peasy. If you order a carburetor or order a fuel line, you can get this little tool, and it's just save your life. Makes life super easy. Let's grab a new piece of fuel line. We're going to shove this through and let the little hook come out the other end. And if you can see it, this thing's sharpened to a point. Now, what size these holes are, and also on the carburetor, what size these are, decides what fuel line size you need. Let's do this. Let's cut that off. And you can see that fits nice and snug. So that's the right size line. I can't tell you what size yours has, but I will list the common sizes in the description. So hook that, push it off to the side, and pull it through a little bit. I'll pull it through a whole lot more. We're going to make sure this end's nice and flat and put a fuel filter on here. And don't worry about what hole you put it through, it really doesn't matter. And there you go, she's on nice and snug, so she's not going to fall off on us. Put it in the tank about where we want it. Now we're going to pull on this until we use up all our slack, and we're done. And right about there, she's sitting in a nice place. It's sitting right about here in the tank. And we'll cut these a little bit long, because like I say all the time, you can cut it shorter, but you can't cut it longer. Now this will be the return line. And when you prime it, the gas goes in through the fuel filter and comes out and returns back to the tank. Because you're not actually sending any gas to the engine when you prime a two-stroke. All you're doing is filling up the carburetor. There you go. And once we're part of our way through, we'll give it a pull. And this just has to be deep enough in the tank to let the gas go back into it. So if you're an inch or so in, you're fine. So let me show you what it looks like inside the tank. You can see the filters laying on the bottom nicely, and the return line is just simply in. Okay, let's cut you off here, and keep in mind our carburetor sits like this, so we're more than long enough on both of them. Now let's get you out of the way. Let's get the carburetor apart. Now, everything I'm doing at this point, just simply buying a new carburetor on Amazon will save you this. And don't worry about, the Chinese carburetor thing. This is a factory carburetor. And I can't quite read it, but I can promise you it was made in China. Now, when you're doing this part, make sure you've got a nice clean work area, because these screws are little and you don't want to lose them. Now, if you lose one screw, you might as well just go ahead and buy a carburetor. So you're going to be hard pressed to find one of these at Lowe's. And there's no saying on this one, we're not going to throw a new carburetor on it before we're done. We'll see what the inside looks like. And this is what they call the fuel gasket. You can see a little bit of a bump right here. But this fuel gasket really doesn't look half bad. We could probably reuse it if we wanted to. Then underneath the little square cover is the metering diaphragm. And it's there to stay. There we go. That's the metering diaphragm. I know you can't hear it, but I hear a crackling noise when I move it, which tells me this metering diaphragm is DED dead. Now we're going to go ahead in here, and we're going to get a look at everything, make sure everything looks acceptable, and it does. We're going to check the screen, and there's nothing in it. Now we're going to take this and put it in the ultrasonic and give it a good bath. Give it about, I don't know, 20 minutes at 60 Celsius. And in this, I use pine salt and water. About 20% pine salt, the rest water. Okay, this particular carb that we're working on is an RB29, a Zama. So you can order a kit for an RB29, and it'll, to get all these parts. But like I said, it's a C1U based carburetor, and they're pretty much all the same. So I would just simply order a new C1U carburetor, unless I've got the time and the patience to do this part. There you go. Now we've got everything ready, and we matched up our diaphragms, our fuel gasket. And you want to be super careful when you order these, because if you look at it, this one looks pretty much the same as this one, right? But you can see these holes here are in different locations. So this one will fit in the carburetor, but it will not work. And that happens because the C1U is a super crazy common carburetor, and they've got little variations for different machines. So we're going to get all our old parts out of the way, get our old fuel gasket out of the way, which we matched up, and every single hole matches perfectly. And now we wait, and we'll be back shortly. Okay, it's finished. And it's going to start out super hot. And we're going to let it cool off before we put it back together. But I'm going to go hit it with the air hose and cool it off a little bit and get all the water off of it. Time flies when you're having fun. So now we're going to put our gasket on this side and put our fuel gasket on top of it. So it's got the two little pins to hold it all together while you do it. And we're going to hit the gas. Come on, gas. There you go. Make sure everything's lined up correctly. We're going to accelerate it. The reason we're accelerating it is the throttle, the idle is right there. Okay. And make sure we get everything on the correct direction, which is right here. You just put the bolts in. We're pretty much done. Got to do, oops, backwards. Gotta do the same thing for the other side. You know, put the metering diaphragm in, and we're finished. So we got the first side kind of snug, and we finish it up after we get the other side in. Now let's put the metering diaphragm in, which will go gasket diaphragm cover. Just like so. And I can't stress it enough. Now this doesn't matter what direction it is because it's pretty square. I can't stress it enough that you save yourself a whole lot of time and aggravation if you just go buy a carburetor. For 90% of the people out there, I'd suggest just buying a carburetor. If it'll save you about $8 to do it this way. You can buy this particular C1U version or variant if you prefer for 12 bucks. And the rebuild kit will cost you 6 or 7. Got one started. This thing's been pretty cooperative, so I'm expecting good things. Tighten it up. Tighten it up. Round in circles. Tighten it up. And that's it. Put it back together, put the fuel lines on, we're finished. So now, we put the throttle on first. And we're going to put the fuel lines on now. Only, because it's just easier. Give me an inch. There you go. Took just a little bit extra. And we can push that all back in when we're done. There you go. And the way you know if you got these right is if it primes correctly. Now this doesn't have a gasket on this side. It's got a little rubber O-ring. I never have a problem with those. Let's go back to our T25. Tighten it up, put some gas in it, and start her up. And that's it. We should have a rung weed eater now. Okay, now that little slack we pulled up, we're going to go ahead and pull it back into the engine, or into the gas tank rather. There we go. Now we'll put about $10 worth of gas in it. Up. Look at that, I just wasted $1. And now the fun part. We test to make sure our fuel lines are correct. If it's correct, the bulb will fill up. If the bulb doesn't fill up, then you got the lines backwards. And it does. So let's start her up and give her a run. I had the airbox on upside down. I didn't even realize it until I went to start it. So I went ahead and flipped it back over correctly. So we've got new fuel lines, a new fuel filter, and new gaskets and diaphragms in the carb. So let's give her a run, see if she starts. I'm priming her up. Full choke. Not bad. And we expected it to run that way. We didn't have to make any adjustments to it because we used the original carburetor. And the original carburetor was already adjusted. Now, if you don't have an ultrasonic, you can leave that carburetor in carb cleaner overnight. I like the ultrasonic because with the pine sol, this place smells great the next morning after you've cleaned up a few carburetors. So that one went as expected. And we didn't have to make any adjustments because we used the original carburetor. That's one of the big advantages to the original carb, is 99% of the time nobody touched it. It just simply it stopped and they gave up on it. If yours just simply gave up over time, or it sat over the winter and won't start, that's the easy way out. It looks harder than it is. It really does. As long as you've got a nice clean work surface to work with, and you don't mind leaving the carburetor either in carb cleaner or putting it in an ultrasonic, then this will save you about $8, $10 over buying a new carburetor. If you're not mechanically inclined, buy a new carburetor. That particular one's a C1U, but if you look up the model number of the Weed Eater, it'll tell you what carburetor it wants to be, and then visually check the carburetor against the one on the screen, and if everything matches up, it's the right one. Okay, so all you new people out there, if you made it this far, you might as well subscribe. It's free, and it really is what we work for. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.